this. This holds all my secrets. Hi guys, I do want to get into a topic, and I want to get back into the secret life of a binge eater. Episode 3, 4 now. I don't know, I took maybe a month break to do in between videos. There's just so much I want to work on for YouTube and my channel. Like, I'm busy making like a Starbucks series on how to make things healthier there, and the ins and out, and what like baristas do that you might not know that make your drinks actually extra calories. Maybe I do a video twice a week. So one video will always be on the topic of binge eating and binge eating disorder, and then the other video can be either a vlog or a funny video or other topics we want to talk about, or like I want to do one keeping myself accountable on my weight loss journey, and then also just anything in between. So I just want to get into the topic on binge eating and binge eating disorder. I participated in Jules' video a couple weeks ago, and we talked about our worst binges, and I introduced this book. This book, unlike my hair on Mean Girls, her hair is big because she keeps secrets. No, all my secrets are kept in here. This book. Yeah, it'll hold like regular notes for the day. I write everything down. Holds and keeps me accountable, this book. I remember it was 3 years ago, because when I was in college, that's really when I started seeing like the school counselor and then going to a therapist about anxiety and depression. I started going more often. I think my junior year, the end of my sophomore year, beginning of my junior year, because I started realizing that something was wrong with my eating. That, not that I wasn't normal, but just I noticed that I was eating to the point that I was making myself sick. That was when I first extremely thought like, fuck. There's something wrong with me. I shouldn't have to feel like I need to go into a coma for 12 hours after I was eating. It had to stop. And around the time I started seeing a therapist more often, because school started being more of a struggle for me, and I wasn't handling school very well with stress. And that therapist told me, when I said that I had this issue with eating, and I started going further into the conversation, she had this look of, yep, there's something going on. One of the things she wanted me to do was get a notebook and write in it. Write your thoughts, write your emotions, but also keep part of the notebook just to write what you eat. So it started off with just writing. So it started off right away with just what you ate every single day. Okay, you woke up, you had oatmeal, write that down. How much oatmeal did you have? Did you have strawberries? Okay, you did, write that down. Okay, you had some honey in there? Okay, write that down. Oh, you also had a ho-ho with that? Write that down, kind of thing. And you're able to look at it every single day, and you could be like, this is what I ate, can't take it back, I wrote it. And then I started figuring, maybe I can use this for something. Maybe I can use this to help me. So every time I had a binge, I had another part of the notebook where I would write what was my binge and when it happened, what time, what I ate, where it was from, and the date. And it kept it all accountable. I did this because I had this issue where if I didn't talk about it, or if I didn't think about it, it never happened. It was like Las Vegas. What happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. What I ate stayed with me. No one else had to know. And I didn't want to feel like that anymore. And although I binged a lot, I had a previous notebook of that. There were points where I started binging every other day. It didn't really extremely become helpful until I started making it a point to lose weight and go into the gym and wanting to change my eating habits. My junior year and senior year of college, I wanted to, but emotionally, I couldn't. I was stuck. I didn't have enough motivation to try to change the way I ate. But I wanted to share this with you guys because I felt like it helped me, and I feel like it could help others with binge eating if we think about it in the right aspect. I want to be completely open with you guys. I'm not going to share what I ate in the past year as a binge to make you guys feel any way of, oh, I didn't binge as much as her, oh, I binged more than her, oh, I'm not as bad. It's more of showing you how I keep accountable and how you can possibly take this and make something of it, or more so as comfort, because I always thought I was the only one who ate that much and I was extremely embarrassed. But once I figured out when I joined Instagram, I realized there are a lot more people out there who also binge. So I should not be afraid to talk about it, and I shouldn't be afraid of what is going on, that I can help myself with this. Guys, let's open the notebook. So I'm only gonna read the binges from the past year, if I can find them. If I can find them. So here are my binges. You can't really see them because, oh, see, it switched for you. These are my binges for the past year, and I'm gonna say them. You can tell with what I'm gonna read how I slowly improved with my binge eating. It didn't happen as often because before the start date of this page, I was binging maybe every other day. And when I started my journey, it almost became once a month, every few months. And it really, I can remember very clearly what was going on during those days. It's almost like it's a memory I can't forget about. The first binge of this page is July 16th, 2015. Now, that is 2 days before I started my weight loss journey. So what I think what happened was I got really depressed, I binged, and then I thought, fuck, I just binged like 5 days in a row, I think it was. And I didn't know what to do, and I was so depressed, and I thought the only way I can change myself is by just doing something, anything, just do anything, Veronica. And that's what I did. I tried going to the gym, and I tried not binging, and I tried being healthier. I tried a lot of things. I got a trainer, everything. And I'm just gonna read this off. I'm not gonna really like go into depth on all these days because I only want this to be like a 6-minute video. Okay. July 16th, 2015. I had all my meals that day, all my regular meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, probably a snack. Afterwards, I had 3 McDoubles, 1 large fry, 10 chicken nuggets, 1 Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's. I ended up consuming also 10 Oreos, 1 big bag of Doritos. Now this is on top of what I would eat in a regular day. This was extra. Then July 18th, I started my weight loss journey. August 10th, I binged again. August 10th, 2015. I had 1 whole pizza and a set of cheese sticks that were like an appetizer for a few people, but it was only for 1. September 4th, I had 4 king-size Reese's peanut butter cups. So I think 4 comes into a set. So I ended up having 16 of them. And 2 gyros from this place that's like 5 blocks away from me that you can easily walk to, but I probably drove. November 30th, I had a huge bowl of mashed potatoes. The whole big bowl of mashed potatoes. And I'm pretty sure that happened because it was like a couple days after Thanksgiving and I was super depressed. I got in a bad argument with my family. December 13th, 2015, I ate 1 container of strawberry cream cheese. Now you might think like, oh, is that a binge? Binges don't have to be big. It doesn't have to be a volume. It could be a calorie dense food, and it could be something that's not normal. Not everyone eats a container of cream cheese. Like, that's not normal with how I eat. Then I didn't binge for a while. It was good. March 18th, 2016. I had 3 hamburgers from White Castle's. Now, White Castle hamburgers are like these mini sliders. So I had 3 of them. I had a half a pint of ice cream with a ton of chocolate drizzle. And on here it says a ton. Now, I'm not a huge ice cream eater. I'm not a huge fan of it. So that's like a pretty big thing that I had ice cream for some odd reason. And then I didn't binge for like ever. August 16th, 2016. I had 3 hamburgers from McDonald's. I think from that day I didn't have lunch and I didn't have breakfast, but it's still a binge because I I'm not a fan of McDonald's. Like, anytime I had McDonald's in this day, I think I went to McDonald's because it's so easily accessible and it's not far from me. But otherwise, I'm not a big fan. Now, during that week, I remember I was really depressed. Like, I couldn't function. I felt like I was gonna fall backwards with my whole year of hard work. And I think that's what sort of pushed me to binge, because I was like, oh, you're falling backwards? Let's just push yourself backwards some more, Veronica. No big deal. Well, you've heard my binges for like the past year and something months. Like I said, I don't really do this as much anymore because I have MyFitnessPal. I used to write daily what I ate, no matter what it was, just to keep myself accountable. Like I said, the therapist in college told me to, and that's how I got the idea of just writing all my binges down. Now, it's really weird to hear that anyone can hear my binges, or they can listen to my binges, whatever you think it is. Those are things that were my secrets to myself, but it made it official, as in I could never forget them. I'd have to look at this, and it kept me accountable. It almost brought me back into real life, because if I didn't, the next day I would just binge. Like I said, this isn't here to be like, oh, it's okay, I don't binge as much as her or anything. I'm hoping this is just a tip that maybe a few people can take from. It's something that has extremely helped. What I also do is end up like almost blogging under, like, to the next page. I'll blog like, how did you feel, what happened exactly that day. Maybe from this you can find out what your trigger points are, because people have triggers from different things. I know mine is from stress from like grades into family issues, or just anything that really pushes me emotionally. Some people literally get triggered if they see a certain food. It's very interesting life, and something very interesting to deal with. I hope you enjoy this. This has definitely helped me in the past year and has tremendously improved my binge eating disorder. I would say I would consider myself a recovery binge eater, because even if I binged 2 months ago, I know how to prevent it, and I'm not constantly binging every week anymore. If you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm always here. I have my email in the description box. If any of you guys have tips to share with each other, just comment them down below. I think it's extremely helpful to have like a, you know, lending ear. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say, it's extremely helpful to hear other people's tricks, to see what they do, to see if they work. If they work, that's great, and if they don't, you at least tried. Now remember to like this video and subscribe if you want to see these on the weekly, because I will make it a priority to make a Secret Life of a Binge Eater video at least once a week, and make that my priority for this channel, and then do another video like later down in the week, so there's always something fresh, something new, you know what I mean? Because this is what my passion is to help other people, because I've struggled with this for so long, and I'm just very grateful that I'm getting healthy from this, and that I want other people to get help or find ways to help themselves, and if these help, that's great. I'll see you guys later. I got a busy week ahead of me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys with a video on Thursday or Friday, or maybe Wednesday if I'm daring. Bye.